Hey, this is JC. Welcome to Urban Knife Guy, where we explore the urban lifestyle and jungle survival. Today we're going to have a look at this Wuben X3 Owl EDC flashlight. And I'll tell you this right from the start. I've reviewed quite a few flashlights. I've been impressed by many, but I've never been blown away. I'm blown away by this package over here, and watch the video to find out why. First, if you watch this channel regularly but have not subscribed, please do so to help the channel out. And if you'd like to support the channel even more, do check out my shop links in the pinned comment or description below. You can even join as a channel member for exclusive content. Thanks a lot. A shout out to Wuben for sending this to me. They've sent me quite a few flashlights in the past, and I still have some of them that I have not reviewed, but this one has blown me away. I have tested this for about 2 months. I've brought it to 4 different countries, 8 cities, and I've used them in every single one. It is so versatile, but what blew me away is all the different features, the design features, the function, and yeah, I'm blown away just by how versatile this is. All right, let me open it and show it to you. So it comes in very nice packaging. I've always said the Wuben packaging is really nice. Nice for retail, great for gifts as well. So when you open it up, here I have the X3 or the Owl, because it looks like an owl, and I've got the power storage box over here. I'll get to that in just a while because there's lots to get to. I'll talk about the light first. So it looks like an owl. There are many different versions in terms of colors. This is the transparent one. And the amazing thing is, under light, it will hold and glow in the dark for a couple of seconds. It's just a novelty feature, but if you have the transparent one, just take note, if you charge it up on the light and you switch off all the lights, it will glow for a while. But this is the design. It's a matchbox style design, very small and compact, so great for EDC. This has sat in my EDC pouch for the past 2 months. I've used it many times. Lightweight, and just rugged as well. So it's not your typical cylindrical type of flashlight. It's this kind of matchbox flashlight. You notice there's a clip over here, which means that you could clip this to your belt or your backpack strap, and it could shine forward, as I've done when I went hiking. But you might be thinking, what if you want something forward, or if you had a cap and you wanted to put this on the beak of your cap so that you could have a light and be hands-free? That's where the owl feature comes in. You can turn this, and now you can have the light facing forward while you have this on the beak of your cap. So just great versatility. Now the bottom over here, these are charging ports, but besides charging ports, they're also magnetic, so they can stick and it holds. I've used this feature. I was in a hotel in Penang. The room had a loft. The loft did not have a nightstand. There were lights overhead but at a distance away, and we wanted light that was convenient just by the bed. Now they had steel posts because it's a loft, so this went on and we had a perfect light stuck right there as a nightstand and as an emergency light as needed. So just so versatile, as mentioned. All right, the other thing I love about this is it's easy to use. If you've seen any of my flashlight reviews, I'm always talking about it needs to be easy to use. For me, I'm a dummy when it comes to flashlights, and I don't want to be busy clicking 16 times, pressing, holding, standing on one foot and trying to get the light to work. I want it easy. And I also think a flashlight is an emergency item. I want to be able to pass the flashlight to someone and let them be able to use it. If it's too complicated to use, that's going to be a problem as well. If I need to shout instructions and I have to give long, complicated ones, there's no way they can do it. So why is this easy? To light it up, just press it. And that's what we love. The second thing I like is there is this digital display. So you can see the battery. Well, it's fully charged because I just charged it. There's also level 1, and this is 1 lumens. So it's kind of the moonlight. And if you want to turn it on, simply just press and hold. Level 2, 50. Press and hold, 150, level 3. Press and hold, back to 1. Switch off, just press. That's easy, right? As a basic function. Of course, there are a few more functions, but the basic level, that's what I want. Now, if you just tap twice, immediately go to turbo, and you can see it says turbo 700. Great. Switch off, that's it. So again, at a basic level, that's all we need to know, and you can use the flashlight easily. Now, if you wanted to learn the more, let's say, advanced functions, although it's still not advanced, one of the items is the red light. So all you do is press and hold, and you get the red light. And you can see that's level 2 AT. So if I press and hold, it's level 1 red light, and press to switch off. So that's really easy. There's a bit of a novelty feature. If you press 5 times and then you switch it on, not only does that light come on, you get this blue light. I guess it's so that you can find the light, or you can see the light. I'm not sure what the functional reason is. I guess people can see it's blue. I'm not sure, but that's the thing. So you can switch it off, and I can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and now when I press again, the light comes on, but the blue is not there. That's not a function I actually use, but it's just something that they have programmed. You can strobe it as well. 1, 2, 3, and you get, look at that, super bright strobe, great for emergencies. And that's basically it. So functional lights, except for the blue, not sure what that is, but the rest just so useful and easy to get to, and then you can see all that displayed there. So that's the flashlight component. Now let's talk about the other things you get in the box, and I'll talk about this first. So this looks big and bulky. Now, you have a choice. You can get a small thin base, or you can get this. So I decided to get this, not really knowing what it is, but it's actually a power storage unit. It's a power bank. So you can actually use this as a charging unit. Now, if it requires charging, it will just self-charge, and then you can see it comes out. It says 95%. Right over here. Let's see if that can get into focus. So it says 95%. It was 100% earlier, and when it was 100%, it will not show, right? It won't light up. That means it's fully charged. So if I were to leave this in the box over here, it would just self-charge in this box, and it will go up to 100. So this is a power bank by itself. You don't have to bring this around. In fact, when I recently traveled to China for 2 weeks, I didn't bring this. I only brought this, which also means there's no way to charge this up, because this is the docking station. So I brought it at 100%. I used it, I would say, almost every day. Now, not for long periods of times, although I went for a hike and I used that for easily maybe about half an hour when I was descending the mountain. And after that 2 weeks, I only used 70%, or I used 30%, so it still had 70% power. And then I came back and I charged it. So that's how long, you know, just in kind of a real life experience, that it could last me. So I believe with good use, easily 1 week, not a problem. If you hardly use it, probably a month. So this you don't have to bring along. This is bulky. It's not something I think I'll bring along. However, if you're going for a camp trip, or you are going somewhere where you think you need light and you have a backpack or something, you don't need to carry something so light or compatible, or you don't have a power source, then you bring this, then you've got additional power. Not only that, this is where the design comes in. You put that in, you close this up, right? I can switch this on. So that's one. Let's say I want it brighter. I hold it. This becomes a lamp. It's a diffuser. So you can put this at a campsite, and now you can light up the area if you need a lamp. Now that's, I think, quite brilliant, built into this power bank. So I'm very impressed by that. Now there's still something else that blew me away, and that's over here. When I first saw this, I dismissed it like I always dismiss the plastic bag items inside, because it's usually a lanyard and the cable. I've got tons of cables and I don't use lanyards. So when I first glanced at this, I just dismissed it. In fact, I just thought, oh, it looks a bit bulky. Okay, I won't use that. And then I read the instructions and I realized, oh my God, there is more that meets the eye. Yes, it is a lanyard. You can kind of apply it, but it does become bulky. But besides being a lanyard, this is a USB cable, Type-C to Type-C. Isn't that crazy? So you could, of course, plug this in to adapter to charge this, the power bank. But now this can be used as a power bank to charge other devices that you might have, let's say a phone. So you're running low on power, you don't have a power bank, this becomes your power bank. And this is the cable. So I have type C that goes in here, that goes in here. All right, and that's Stormy, my cat. And if I press this, it's already on, so it's charging. But if it's not, you just press the button over here. And look at that. Let's see if it gets into view. It's charging there. Can you see that? So this power bank that charges the flashlight can also charge my phone. So I'm using an Android, so I'm using a type C. Now the new Apple phones are also type C, but let's say you're using an older Apple phone, you need an adapter or you need a different cable. Not a problem. Look at the head over here. Over here, they've got an adapter for an Apple head to convert your type C to the Apple head. Isn't that brilliant? I mean, let's just talk about design and function for people who actually use products. This is why I said it blew me away. So that's my review of this. I have used this. It has not failed me. It's easy to use. A lot of flashlights, if I don't use them for a long time, I need to learn them all over again. This is basically just single click, hold, double click, triple click. That's it. Exactly what I need. And then all these different functions with the charging, with the diffuser, magnets, and then just being able to rotate that like an owl. I think great package. It's not inexpensive. This whole package is just under $100 US. That's pretty expensive for a flashlight. But when I now think of all the different functionalities, I think of the design and also the application from urban EDC to camping and just as a general light, I think actually it's definitely worthy of consideration. Well, I hope you enjoyed this review. Do you own this particular flashlight? What do you think after watching this review? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you like the content in general, please subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell. Thanks for watching. Talk to you soon.